Welcome home to USA Global TV and Radio, a place where dreams take flight, with authentic storytelling, diverse perspectives and meaningful conversations, where global stories unite and bridges are built beyond all borders. Discover world-class education, entertainment, hope and inspiration. Together, we're building bridges worldwide. Subscribe to our channel, USA Global TV. Download our app, USA Global TV. Be our guest or join our team. Visit usaglobaltv.com. Thanks to our founder and executive producer, Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Music score by Yeffy Tang from Cloud Road Music. Voiceover artist Mike Porter. Creative direction by Paul Garcia. USA Global TV and Radio, your home for global connection. All rights reserved. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited.
Hello and welcome to USA Global TV and Radio, where we provide world-class education, entertainment, hope and inspiration. Our show today is A Woman's Prerogative in partnership with E360 TV. Our topic is very topical tonight as it's the 1st of December, the cost of giving, how holiday expectations push families to the edge. I'm Caroline Heward, and I'm absolutely thrilled and honoured to be representing Dr. Jacqueline as your host for USA Global TV and Radio's flagship show, A Woman's Prerogative. I am a TV presenter on the channel and the resident therapist, and I've been on the channel for 4.5 years. A very warm welcome to our loyal viewers and our friends at E360 TV. Hello to all of our usual friends on social media, on our usual social media channels, YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn, and X. Tonight, I'm joined with the wonderful full-time panelist all the way from Canada, Reverend Lydia Fujiris. She is a TV presenter and has her own show in French. She does 2 shows a month, I believe, and she is an author. Thank you very much, Dr. Jacqueline, in the background. I am looking forward to seeing those shows in English so that I can listen to them because I don't have an understanding of French. But she does 2 shows a month. She is an author of bilingual self-help books and she is a registered nurse. She's a holistic nurse, an intuitive and spiritual healer. She invented Miracle Mist, which is patent pending, and she's an advocate for free rights. Let's give a warm welcome to our full-time panelist all the way from Canada, Reverend Lydia Fujiris. Hello.
Hello.
A very warm welcome. Please do share with our viewers a little bit about what you do and what value that you bring.
Well, what I do is that I'm a reverend, so I celebrate weddings. I'm also an author, which of self-help books, and those books actually are books for spiritual teachings. So I help people transform their life, do some introspection, mindfulness, bring them more compassion, bring them in some kind of self-discovery. And I help people engage in life through curiosity, clarity, and sense of sacred connection with one another. I am the inventor of the Miracle Mist, which is a mist that actually helps elevate vibrations and cleans spaces when actually someone wants to make a ritual, whether it was magic or whether it's any ritual or even cleanse a house of spirits. So I also am country manager for this channel, Global TV and Radio, USA Global TV and Radio. So I am country manager for Canada and French countries also. So that is pretty much what I am. Thank you very much.
Sorry, I was on mute. My apologies. Hello, everybody again. Thank you very much, Reverend Lydia, for that amazing share. I'm Caroline Heward, and I'm known as the Harley Street Stress Expert. I also help people break through the patterns that create their stress. How do I do that? I work with root cause therapy and chakra psychology, how the mind and body connects and what happens to the person physically, emotionally, mentally when there's an imbalance. And the imbalance is the symptom. And if they're not saying that they're stressed, but they're complaining about a situation, an event, a physical ache and pain, or not sleeping, this is how their stress is manifesting. I'm offering a Black Friday or Black Friday weekend holiday deal of chakra readings. If you would like to book a 15-minute to an hour, 15 minutes is a ridiculously brilliant price of £20 for 15 minutes, 35 for 30 minutes, and 65 for an hour. It has limited availability, so please book in your amazing offer as soon as you can. The link is in the description and it'll be in the comments as well. So for now, I'm also a speaker, and I speak at live events and on screen, as in internet events, online events, and I also do lunch and learn. Please do connect with me on LinkedIn, Facebook, and YouTube. So for our topic tonight, let's get straight in. The cost of giving, how holiday expectations push families to the edge. This is something we're now on the 1st of December, and there is an intensity, because it's the 1st of December, of lots of people, especially if you celebrate Christmas, considering what they're going to spend, what they have to spend. And many families at this time of year have shifted from joyful giving to a silent financial strain. Expectations have grown and costs have risen. Pressure to make it magical, especially for children, has never been higher. Behind the festive adverts and the social media sparkle, many people are struggling, choosing whether to heat their home or buy a gift. Avoiding awkward conversations about money and turning to credit so they're not being judged, or for fear of being judged. In this episode, we are going to be unwrapping the truth behind holiday giving, why we feel obliged to spend beyond our means. Why do we our self-worth, why are we choosing our self-worth to the price of the present, and how we can create Christmas that connects rather than drains us. We're going to explore the emotional weight of the financial strain and the pressure to keep up appearances, creative ways and meaningful ways that we can reclaim the season without sacrificing our well-being. And the real cost of giving is not just financial, it is emotional. And it's time we talked honestly about this topic without judgment. So I want to look at my first round of questions is looking at the financial pressure and the social expectation around Christmas gift giving. Reverend Lydia, why do you think we feel so pressurized to meet unrealistic gift giving expectations when the cost of living crisis is hitting so hard?
Because we have been raised that way. We have been raised that our parents were doing it. They were giving gifts to us, even if they had low salaries, low wages, and many families had several children. So our parents were actually spending a lot to give many presents to their children. And it was some kind of way of celebrating Christmas that we have been, but they were not. in that kind of celebration, it seems that they did not have much. And since they did not have much, they wanted to give so much to us. And then we want to repeat the cycle that they did for us. That is pretty much my explanation. I do not know for the others.
I'm in total agreement with you, Reverend Lydia, for the fact that it is about what's gone before, and we are following tradition. And I would say for our generation, from the silent generation, we are following tradition. And for the younger generations, they are also looking at the boomers because they followed their grandmothers. And so, yes, it is cyclical, it's tradition, and it is culture. And also, I do believe, because my background is marketing, that it is part of the marketing expectation that there is a lot of social media, a lot of TV advertising that express this phenomena of spending money, and the adverts and the shows, dramas, films are filled with Christmas trees and all the presents around the tree. So I do feel that this tradition is much more than just what our parents and grandparents did. I feel that it is socially expected because it's given to us in the media. But what about the emotional toll of the anxiety and guilt and family tension? What are your thoughts about the fact that as we are, and it's fair to say that there is a cost of living crisis, and it is a global one, it's not just in one country, and many prices, we've just had an election and many prices are going up. What are your thoughts about the fact that this expectation that families have, and yet there is an anxiety about the expense of buying gifts and being socially there at all the gatherings? What are your thoughts on that, Reverend Lydia?
Well, the expectations are so high, and people are scared of judgment. So they do not have the means to give the presents. They do not have the means to go to such and such event, but they still go. They use their credit cards. They use whatever means. They even have to. I know some people even sell their jewelry to actually go to Christmas events. So it goes as far as that. So I do understand that people have so much pressure to go with the flow that has to do with Christmas or New Year's also. So it has so much to do that they want to go with the flow of Christmas and social medias that actually pressure them into so much. And there is also that there is so much competition between people. So there is also religions. Some religions give presents, some don't. So some want to show to others, we're generous and you're not. So that is my explanation.
Thank you, Reverend Lydia. You bring up some really interesting aspects of gift giving here, and I want to touch upon those in terms of feeling like it's a competition, making sure that your gift outshines the person who's giving you a gift, or is as expensive, or you've paid the same amount of money. It does feel like that's a competition, and that feels very difficult in today's changed times. I'm not saying that everybody is challenged by the financial changes within the countries globally. But what I am saying is even the people that are earning lots of money and earning six-figure salaries are actually still strained because the costs are still going up for them. So there is much more to consider when we're looking at gifts. So what happens is that somebody buys an expensive gift and you receive that gift, and then there is almost a guilt feeling of you have to match that gift. Otherwise, you might be seen as less than. What are your thoughts about that, Reverend Lydia? Because this feeling less than almost gives you a sense of shame?
Well, I have to admit that I do not care about that sense of shame anymore. I have so much on my budget to give, and I give to the children only, to my grandchildren only. And I have a budget, and I tell them, you have to find something in your budget. So this is how much I give you, the amount. That's how much you have in the amount, and find something in grandma's budget. That is all. So I do not go crazy with presents because I am at a point in my life where, we get a point in our life where we do not care anymore. And I am naturally at that point. And I would love for everyone to be at my point. So shame is not my problem. My
Thank you.
problem is not being ashamed of my credit card.
Thank you very much, Reverend Lydia. And yet, we have to move to the place that you have found to be at peace and not to feel that uncomfortable level of guilt or shame. And it's a beautiful place to be. Like, this is the budget and this is it. But many families don't feel they've got to that place. And so there is, from the money perspective, an avoidance because they feel difficulty in admitting that they can't afford to buy gifts. And how does that financial shame impact on their mental health and family relationships?
It has a great impact. It is terrible because I think some people go in depression because they cannot actually buy the presents, or they bought the presents and they have so much debt after that they cannot pay whatever they owe. So they have to choose between depression afterwards or trying to find some balance in the holidays with saying, no, I cannot do so and so, but I can do something with you. So they can give time instead of money.
Thank you very much, Reverend Lydia.
Is a lot of money.
And we are going to explore what you can do. Before we do that, it's important to look at the aspects of what creates people's challenges around this festive season, the expectations that family, friends, pressure from work, external environments that mean that many people go into the credit trap, and many people feel, and they unintentionally buy on credit. There's a term called buy now, pay later, but this comes up in January. And this show is to give some insights as to the challenges that many people face silently, that don't like to express, unlike you and I might express. And this is for people to know that there are other ways. So when we come back from the break, so we're just about to go to a commercial break, we will be looking at some ways of how we can move from this financial pressure of giving to a place of being comfortable to give what feels right within our budgets. So we're just going to go over to a short commercial break. If you're here on the live or the replay, we look forward to welcoming you back for more exploration on our hot topic tonight, which is the cost of giving, how holiday expectations push families to the edge. And over to our short commercial break.
In a world craving connection, one platform dared to dream bigger. USA Global TV and Radio, a beacon for global voices, authentic storytelling, and elevated listening. Led by visionary Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, the journey from a spark to a global force is now captured in one inspiring book. Honored with YouTube's Silver Creator Award for surpassing 100,000 subscribers. Discover the evolution, the challenges, the triumphs, and the unstoppable spirit that created a global movement. Executive producer Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Music score by Yeffy Tang. Creative director Paul Garcia. This video and its contents are the exclusive property of USA Global TV and Radio. Unauthorized use, duplication, or redistribution in any form is strictly prohibited. Now an Amazon #1 new release in paperback and ebook. Broadcasting Brilliance, the evolution of USA Global TV and Radio, is inspiring readers around the world. Join the movement that's redefining global media one story at a time.
Hello and welcome back to A Woman's Prerogative in partnership with E360 TV. Whether you're here on the live or the replay, if you've just joined us, we've been exploring the cost of giving, how holiday expectations push families to the edge. We have been looking at the difficulties and the pressures in our first part of our show, and now we're coming back into our second part, and I'm always joined by a full-time panelist all the way from Canada, Reverend Lydia Fujiris. And I left with a question: how we can look at strategies for redefining giving at Christmas. So I want to look at from presence, that's the presence that you gift, to being present, presence. So what are your thoughts, Reverend Lydia, in some of the strategies, some of the things that we could do instead of buying expensive gifts, that we could limit? You've mentioned a couple earlier on in our part one of the show before the break, in limiting the budget spend, and also looking at only children, gifting children rather than the adults. But what are your other thoughts in terms of the adults? One of my thoughts that I've done in previous work companies and with friends is a secret Santa, sort of a potluck thing where you put your names in a hat, and that if there's 6 of you, you choose, you each put your name in a hat, and you draw out one name, and then you buy a gift for that person, which is kind of called a potluck gift or a secret Santa. So that's something that I really like. And then there's a budget of whatever the group or family agree to. What are your thoughts about Secret Santa and the way that I've described it? And do you have any other thoughts or suggestions that people could do instead of buying expensive gifts for everyone?
We did that in my family. We did that, and actually it turned out really fun, because the ones that were not really pleased with their presents were exchanging at the end of the night, and that was really, really fun. So yes, that is a very good way. But there's also we can buy things like on Black Friday. Some families wait on the 1st of January to give presents because they use Boxing Day to have better presents. So they do not exchange on the 25th, they exchange on the 1st. So they give presents on the 1st of January. So that is a way actually to get better deals. And when we're talking about exchanging, we have to understand that, our parents, they actually have us for dinner, and we are large groups. So I was thinking that, maybe suggest that someone actually starts giving some money to the parents that are paying for all that food, sharing the expenses with the parents, because the thing is that the price of food is has really increased, and it is a way to give them a present by helping them afford the dinner. It is not good to let them actually have to pay for everything. It is not the responsibility anymore. So this is something that I would suggest, to help your parents pay the dinner when they are actually seeing you. That is something I would suggest.
Thank you so much, Reverend Lydia. I was nodding in the background here, thinking, what a great idea. And I've actually been to meals where everybody brings part of the meal, which I think is really cool. One of the meals that I went to, I took a dessert for everyone. One of the other meals that I went to, I took a salad, the different salady things or picky things. And I think that that's a very fun way to bring together a meal. And I do believe, I'm not quite sure, that Thanksgiving works like that as well, that many people bring different parts of the meal, which is agreed. And then it's not a huge financial cost and investment to the ones that are hosting the meal. And I also thought about cooking together, that it's a lot of pressure for the person that's hosting to cook everything, and a gift for the host to be in the kitchen supporting them and to cook together. And we're already, as a family, looking at, my mum wants to do certain things, and then one of my brothers wants to do the roasters, and then one of my other brothers wants to help me do the goose and chops up the potatoes. And it's like sort of, it brings a family much more together. And I feel that's the gift of presence. Giving the gift of your presence, and that it's not solely going to be the burden of the family, the parents or the person that's hosting the event. And something else I thought about was board games. What are your thoughts about board games? Because when I was a child, we used to do some very silly board games like Snakes and Ladders and play different card games. But that was really a very simple thing to bring the presence of the family coming together, rather than everybody being there on their little phones or their iPads. What are your thoughts about board games around Christmas?
Board games are really fun. And the thing is that, lately I've been looking at some games, family games that we can have during the holidays. They're absolutely silly, and they look so fun. Actually, everyone can participate, and you have to look at them some kind of TikTok or YouTube. Family games for parties. They are so funny and ridiculous, and it is time to have fun. So you do it. You do not mind if you look silly. So it is okay. It is fun.
Thank you so much, Reverend Lydia. My thoughts there about having fun is that sometimes a gift that is handmade can be more appreciated than a gift that is paid for and bought from a shop. It shows much more care. I remember making cards for my parents way back, when children make cards for their parents, and the delight and the joy that it was created by hand as a gift meant so much more. And they almost were saved unconditionally for years and years, until my mum decided to clear clutter. It was something that was really treasured. What are your thoughts about handmade gifts?
Well, I think it is the way you say it, because I used to make dried flower cards, and everyone that have had my dried flower card, they still have them. So we're talking about years of having them, and they never throw them. They just keep looking at them, and some people even frame them. So I think that's quite fun. And the jewelry that I make, because I have a line of jewelry, and the thing is that I have this line of jewelry, and so many people in my family are so happy that I give them jewelry from my line instead of going to the store and buying something. They are really happy. So they are sterling silver after all, and precious, semi-precious stone. So it is not as if I'm doing and giving trinkets. So it is fun, and they feel I put a lot of love in it. So it is exactly as you say. And it is giving when you actually make the present. with the intention of giving it to someone, you put all your love into it. So they are much more appreciated.
Thank you so much for that, Reverend Lydia. And I wish that I lived closer to you, because I'd love one of those wonderful pieces of jewelry or a pendant. I feel that that would be an exceptional gift to receive. And even though it's not been a huge cost to you, it's been given, as you say, with intention and with love. And that's what I believe Christmas is about. Having honest conversations with family and friends about changing the way we give. Because in just this short exploration, have you noticed that it's almost like uplifting to talk about the intention of creating a gift or even a card. And cards are very expensive to post now. So many people are doing their card giving by sending electronic cards. But the financial limits, I feel that this is a conversation that should be done without any guilt or shame, especially in our changing times. And how we respond, that's really important, responding to that conversation. I almost feel when we say that we have financial constraints, it almost gives permission for the other person to say, oh, that's great. Now we can look at being a little more limited in our expenditure too. What are your thoughts about that?
Yes, we are limited, but at the same time, we have to understand that, even if we are limited, we can give a lot. We can give a lot more than we think, because some things are really inexpensive and please so much. And people think that they will have to go in the very expensive gifts and then, please more. But sometimes it is in the little things that there is the most pleasure. So that is pretty much what I think.
Thank you, Reverend Lydia. And teaching our children the true spirit of gift giving. It really is coming then from the heart rather than from the amount of money that we have spent. It's a gift of connection without the financial strain. And we are at the end of our show. I cannot believe that we have, and there is so much more to explore. One of the things that I did want to share just before we go into sharing our details is redefining what generosity really means. It means giving of our time, our presence, our care and attention, rather than receipts. Please do, Reverend Lydia, share a little bit about how people can reach you and the best way to contact you.
Well, people can reach me. Well, I will have to have your coordinates also, Caroline, if you want jewelry. So people can join me at 1-514-582-6882. That's in Canada. Because I do programs from my books, they can buy my books on Amazon also, 111 Reflections for Thy Earth Odyssey. They can join me also if they want to help with my ministry, if they want to have help in their lives, because I'm a holistic nurse. I am a registered nurse also. So I do listen to them. I do help them in their journey. They can join me also as country manager. They can join me also at Great Divine Mother at gmail.com as country manager for USA Global TV and Radio. So either in a show in English, if they want to be on a show, or if they want to host a show. It can be either in English, either in French, either in German. I will put them in touch with our wonderful Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, our producer and owner of the station and everything. She's wonderful. So, and they can actually buy my Miracle Mist. That is the spray that I sell on Etsy.com, and the Perfect Mate incense that I created some 10 years ago to help them find the perfect mate, which seems to have results. But I cannot promise, since those are people that tell me they have results. So thank you very much for having me on the show.
Thank you very much, Reverend Lydia. Yes, some wonderful, juicy things that you've shared there. And if you are looking for love, then maybe this is time for you to invest in this mist that Reverend Lydia shares. And it sounds exciting if you've had all good reports. Thank you very much. Thank you, everyone, for joining us in this show. And before I share my details, the cost of giving, how holiday expectations push families to the edge. Love is not measured in the price tag. The holidays were never meant to break us financially or emotionally. When we replace the pressure with honesty, we then present the expectation of presence. We give the greatest gift of all, connection. Let's choose meaning over money. Let's choose compassion over expectation. Give yourself the permission to step out of the pressure and into authenticity. Your worth is not defined by what you buy. It's defined by how you show up. I'm Caroline Heward. You can reach me on nomorestress@live.co.uk or call me if you're international +44. If you are local, 07523 120 189. Please connect with me on LinkedIn and Facebook. My details are in the description on the YouTube promotional copy and also on the social media platforms. Please do take advantage of my ridiculously, wonderfully priced offer for Black Friday of the chakra reading, 15 minutes to an hour, from £20 to £65. Please do take advantage of that, because I'm not going to be offering those prices for long. It's a limited time. Thank you very much to our full-time panelists for your incredible shares, Reverend Lydia, and your wise words on gift giving around the festive season. Really very special sharings and wonderful insights. I feel that some of the things that you shared will be taken on by some of our viewers. Thank you very much to Dr. Jacqueline behind the scenes with all the whizzy effects of seeing both of us and one of us and then the different screens. Thank you very much to Dr. Jacqueline for the wonderful opportunity to be on this platform. And thank you all for listening in, whether you're on the live or the replay. And a massive thank you to E360 TV for distributing our incredible show. We look forward to seeing you next week on Monday. That's Monday, 7 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time and 2 p.m. Eastern Time for another installment of A Woman's Prerogative. In the meantime, remember, it's defined. Your worth isn't defined by what you buy. It's defined by how you show up. Have a wonderful week, everybody. Bye-bye for now. And over to our
Which of these 5 statements sounds mostly like you? 1. I often wake up in the middle of the night worrying about my future. 2. I'm angry or resentful towards a specific person. 3. I have anxious, obsessive, compulsive thoughts throughout the day. 4. I have an addiction like smoking, drinking, shopping, sugar, or social media. And 5. I feel that I'm wasting away my life. Hello, I'm Dr. Alkistis Agio, and for over 25 years, I've been coaching and training people from all over the world to transform their fears, insecurities, anxiety, and anger into mental and emotional freedom. I'm confident that my simple 3-step method based on Greek philosophy can help you to transform into the joyful, confident, free human being that you deserve to be. I want to invite you to join my weekly online coaching group to finally get the results that you want. Look, you've tried it alone so far and you've had some okay results, but let's face it, you're still feeling stuck right now, spinning your wheels. Einstein said that insanity is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting different results. Now, unless you realize this as a fact, that you are a prisoner of your own mind, you can't move forward. I'm here to support you, as well as the whole community that we are co-creating. Stop feeling stuck. Stop feeling depressed. You don't have to do it alone, and alone isn't working anyway. Sign up today, and I'll meet you on the inside of our amazing weekly group call. I guarantee that you'll make progress from the very first session.
Every woman carries a story of strength, of purpose, of light. Through her courage, the world is transformed. Through her grace, generations are inspired. This is Iconic Women. Within Every Woman Lives a Goddess, a celebration of brilliance, beauty, and empowerment. Join us every Wednesday at 11 a.m. New York, 4 p.m. London time. Only here on USA, Global TVR, and radio. Featuring the iconic Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, honoring voices that shine across the world. Subscribe to our YouTube channels, USA Global TV and Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck, to watch and engage with all our content. World-class education, entertainment, hope, and inspiration.
Thank you, viewers and listeners of USA Global TV and Radio, for joining us today. We're honoured to have your time and attention as part of our global community. At USA Global TV and Radio, we believe in the power of authentic conversations, meaningful connections, and creating a world of possibilities together. Want to be part of something bigger? Join our team of elevated listeners at usaglobaltv.com, a space where your voice matters and your ability to listen transforms relationships. Stay connected with us across all our platforms for thought-provoking discussions, expert insights, and empowering stories. Subscribe to our channels at youtube.com/c/USA Global TV. Follow us on social media and explore the endless opportunities we're creating for growth, learning, and inspiration. Together, we're not just broadcasting, we're building bridges and changing lives one conversation at a time. For inquiries, contact us at info@usaglobaltv.com. Music by Johnny Dyes. Produced by Executive Producer and Director Dr. Jacqueline Kerbeck. Voiceover by Mike Porter. Creative Direction by Paul Garcia. All rights reserved. Copyright 2025. Visit usaglobaltv.com to view our full terms and conditions.